Radio Rahim with the chairman of the board, Bob Arum, never fails to turn up for a huge fight. And once again, you've made another big one. The return of Tyson Fury was debated once he said that he was retiring. Very few believed him, but when we thought of who he'd come back against, I don't think anybody thought Chisora would be at the top of that list. Up here today, Chisora said that you didn't even want him to be on that stage. You didn't want this fight. Is he correct?
No, I mean, you know, Fury, when he said that he was coming back, and we looked around who the opponent would be, Fury was the one that suggested Chisora.
But would you have preferred a different comeback fight for Tyson?
No, I mean, you know, I'm just the promoter. Tyson Fury is the fighter. You know, the idea that the promoter is the puppeteer is just crazy, you know? I mean, we're happy to promote Tyson Fury's fights, and we leave it up to him as to who he's going to fight next and when.
With that said, Alexander on the team of Usyk has said that everyone's on board. Even you have said that there shouldn't be any problem making this Usyk fight, but everybody's lined up, everybody's agreed, except the fighter himself, Tyson. What is the holdup for Tyson committing to the fight?
Well, the holdup is that Tyson's not an idiot, and he's December 4th, you can ask that question. You can't ask this question before December 3rd. You know, Chisora can hit him on the chin, and it's goodbye. He doesn't want to make a fool of himself, you know, talking about an Usyk fight that doesn't happen because he got knocked out by Chisora.
Alexander intends to be ringside Saturday night. I think they've said they're going to climb through those ropes, and in their words, if Tyson doesn't run out of the ring before he gets there, is this where we might see the fight agreed to then, assuming he wins?
That's stupid bullshit. And Usyk, you know, is a proud guy, is not gonna be a part of a circus act. Usyk knows that if Tyson Fury comes through beating Chisora, that the next fight that everybody wants, including Tyson Fury, is Usyk.
All right, we'll take you at your word, and if that is in fact the case, we're looking at this fight for February, March in Saudi Arabia?
Well, again, if it's going to be in Saudi Arabia, it has to be done before Ramadan starts, which I think is the second week in March. If it's not going to be in Saudi Arabia, then it could be later in March. You know, we're not under a time constraint, as we would be if we were doing it in the Mideast in a Muslim country.
Now, as a promoter, again, I take that Chisora fight has to happen first, but knowing Fury and his reluctance to commit to things in the future, are you as a promoter open to a rematch clause for that undisputed fight? Are you thinking that Tyson Fury may retire again after Usyk win, lose, or draw?
We're going to do the fight, one fight. I'm not going to do an Eddie Hearn. Every fight he does is with a rematch clause. You don't do that. I come from the school that you don't do that. In other words, they'll fight each other, and if it's a terrific fight and there's a demand for the rematch, then the rematch will happen. If it isn't, then the rematch won't happen. But it's going to be a contract for one fight, period. We're working to put together Haney and Lomachenko for early next year. That's the fight we're focusing on.
Have both fighters agreed to that fight?
Yes.
We're on the cusp of the end of the year. So as we enter into 2023, you as a promoter, if there's one fight that you could make next year without any problems, and it was all up to you, what would that fight be?
Well, a Fury and Usyk. I mean, would be a big fight. Haney Lomachenko would be another fight. Shakur, against anybody who's brave enough to step up and fight him. Would be a big fight. So we got a lot of big fights coming. And one fight that's already been signed and made is Valdez and Navarrete, which is, I think, a tremendous fight. It's going to be on February, first Friday in February in Arizona. I'm really looking forward to that fight. It'll be a week after we're over back here in the UK for Beterbievo's fight with the Yard, which we're going to announce tomorrow.
The chairman of the board, Bob Arum, always a pleasure to talk to you. Radio Rahim with Bob Arum.